Glad to have you join us back. Now we move straight ahead to our interactive segment, which is our phone-in segment where your voice matters. As our viewers do well to call in and share your thoughts on today's topic, and also send in a WhatsApp message if you will not be able to get through to us. Now, national security continues to dominate Nigerians' headlines, and for good reason. Now, across the country, citizens are grappling with daily threats to their safety. In Borno and Yobe states, insurgent attacks remain a recurring nightmare. In Zamfara and Katsina, communities are terrorized by armed bandits who raid villages, kidnap school children, and demand huge ransoms. In Plateau and Benue, farmer-herder clashes have displaced thousands, while in the southeast, attacks linked to separatist groups have left police stations and public offices in ruins. And in major cities like Abuja and Lagos, incidents of kidnapping and armed robbery are on the rise, spreading fear among residents. Amid all this, many Nigerians are asking whether the time has come for the federal government to declare a national emergency on security. Supporters believe this would unlock extraordinary measures, including more funding, special interventions, and stricter coordination among the armed forces, police, and intelligence agencies. They argue that just as a health emergency was declared during COVID-19, insecurity now deserves the same urgent response. But others caution that an emergency declaration may be more symbolic than practical. Now, they argue it could become a political tool without addressing deeper problems like unemployment, poverty, porous borders, and the lack of trust between citizens and security agencies. So this morning, we turn the question over to you, our viewers. Do you believe a national emergency on security will make a real difference? Or should government instead focus on strengthening existing strategies like community policing, modern equipment for our forces, or tackling corruption within the system? Now, the phone lines are open and the numbers are displayed on your screen. Do well to call us in to share your thought on the topic this morning. Do you think that security should be made a national issue or an emergency as the case may be? You can also send us a WhatsApp message and let us hear from you this morning. Hauwa, what is your take on this?
Well, with this particular issue of insecurity going on in Nigeria, and it is persistent and concurrent as well, it is something to look at with all seriousness and make sure that it is nipped in the bud. So I would say that it's just about time for something like this to happen. But
all right,
let's pick our first
We have a caller on the line.
Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining us. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Ahmed Baba from Makurdi, Benue State.
Good morning, Ahmed Baba. Go ahead.
This is a very serious matter that we are discussing this morning. So it's not the first time. This matter has been on for a very long time. But it's unfortunate that the government, instead of tackling this very important security matter, they will only tell you with flimsy excuses. They are winning this propaganda. I don't know why in Nigeria everything is the government has doing it. This is something that involves life. People are suffering, people are dying every day unnecessarily. And the government, they will tell you they are winning the war, they are doing this. The military will tell you they kill so hundreds of terrorists or bandits or this that. But we are not seeing at least want to see what is happening in Katsina, in Nigeria, in Borno, and they say they are everything. They say they are on top of. I don't know whether Nigerian leaders have a different meaning to this. They will say they are on top. Whether and why they are not doing, we are not seeing the impact of the stuff they say they are on. Instead of facing straight with this bandits and this insecurity, they keep on increasing, adding problems to Nigeria. Like the topic of this 5% of us on every liter of oil now. They know the effect that this thing will create for Nigeria. Already people that are suffering. Instead of doing something that will reduce the suffering of Nigeria, they are keep on doing this thing. Tinubu must increase everything. They want the Nigerians to die, just to more people to die, in addition to what the bandits and this security are causing. Honestly, Tinubu administration is, I don't know how to describe it. They are inhuman. Their administration, their policies are inhuman. And these are they are still waiting, thinking to continue for another 4 years. It's unfortunate. Yeah.
All right, I believe we lost our caller. Thank you very much for calling in and giving us your own take on this. Maimuna, when you look at the broad spectrum of it, it is not just happening in one state.
Absolutely. We have Ade on the line. Hello, good morning, Ade. Thank you for calling in this morning.
Good morning, Maimuna. Good morning, Hauwa.
Good morning, Ade. Thank you for joining us.
Well, it's already security is already a national emergency in Nigeria. It's in our constitution that that's the first primary of the government to protect its citizens. Now, I want to be objective. When you say security, terrorism, or whatever they call it, the governor of Zamfara told the whole world that he knows where these bandits are living, that if they can put the security under him, in 2 months he will watch the security crisis. And I believe him, and I agree with him. Because during the time of Buhari, Malami said they have 400 people, men, who are the sponsor of this people. They know them. The what do you call them? The district head in this area, they know these people. They are not strangers. So they know where they live in the forest. But they are making money from Nigeria. Military are not police. They are military. Once they secure a place, there is no police to police the place. So that is what is lacking. There is no police to police that place. And the reason we move on to somewhere, how many police do we have? Not up to 500,000. When Nigeria has 2 million. So they know the people, they know the bandits, they know them. They give them chieftaincy title. Who are they deceiving? We are not fools anymore now. The world is a global village. If America can get Osama bin Laden in Pakistan and kill him, when technology was not advanced like this, how much less bandit leaders who will go and visit them in the forest? Everybody go and visit. Who are they deceiving? So when they are serious, they will gather themselves together and have a meeting and say, enough is enough. And expose those people. The political way to expose them is not there. So I love that Zamfara government. What he said, he knows where they are. Why can't they say, take us to where they are? And they feed into at once. It's not about unemployment. It's not about lack of job. No country that doesn't have unemployment. No country in the world. So everywhere, there is kinds of that. But that's not an excuse to take them and kill your fellow citizens inside the mosque where they are praying. What sort of blood, what sort of thinking away? I'm just upset about it because how can you be slaughtering your fellow human being where they are praying? And people know them, they know where they live in the forest. How many forests do we have? So Tinubu cannot go to forest by himself. They are delegated people. The governor has delegated people. So and the governor said, give me the police, give me the army. I know where these people are, and they are there. If they know they are tired, call America to come and get rid of them. During Jonathan, they called these people from South Africa, mercenaries, and they cleared them. Election was able to take place. So, is those bandits that are living in Iraq, are they the ones spending those millions that they get from kidnapping? Who are their masters? Until they get to the roots, this thing will continue. When they were kidnapping people in my state, in Ondo State, Amateku right up to the game. Now we have peaceful. If they see a trailer coming, they stop the trailer. And Amateku, they don't carry AK-47, ordinary they go, but they carry traditional power. Traditional power. So, and they make sure they solve the problem. Oh, no, say it's peaceful now. Because they fear Amateku and they fear soldier. So, they should rise up to this occasion and do something serious and stop blaming federal government. No, the military are trying. They are not police, they are military. So people should know, they know this man, they know where they are. Thank God for Governor of Borno State. He has a civilian JTF. And the problem of those JTFs that they can identify those Boko Haram people. And they do that, and that's why they put some fight. So let's wake up and do something serious instead of blaming them. God bless Nigeria.
All right, thank you very much, Adi, for that. You know, this just jogged my memory. There was a time during the Buhari tenure or period, and at that point, they said that they would bring out a list of names, you know, of those people that are bankrolling terrorism in Nigeria. We waited and waited and waited for that list, and
we never saw
that list. But then at the end of the day, you know, we have facilities and equipment that can pinpoint and, you know, be able to identify where these people are and be able to, you know, tackle them. Then let's hear from our caller. Yes. Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining us this morning.
Hello, good morning, Trust TV. How are you doing?
Oh, very well. Good morning.
Thank you. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Yes, my name is Do Good. I'm calling for Port Harcourt.
All right. Good morning, Do Good. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Yes, national security, we've said a lot about this issue. Our last speaker said yesterday, 2 lovely men from the north and all from APC were interviewed about this issue, and even this morning, they announced the transition again. All I'm trying to say is that they all said good, all they said it was truth, solution. They give an example of Omoteke. They give blame the service chiefs them. But that's not the issue. The issue is under their foot. So I'm trying to say, if I'm sorry to say, are they cowards? They should go to the point. About 5 to 6 men on 7 in North is in charge of what's happening in the North. They should hold them responsible and let everything will cease. They've mentioned their name in the newspaper, in the Facebook, everywhere. Why are they allowing them to do this info to their northerners? Every day they keep people in the northlands. Some people are responsible for this Boko Haram issue in the north. They all know. Are they cowards? How can 7 men defeat the whole north? It's terrible. They blame service chiefs. They blame the federal government. What is going on? So North should buckle up. All the elders in North, all the emirs and all the top rank people in North, all the whole army officers, retired and non-retired, should get up and go for these men and get them arrested, and this thing will cease. God bless Talk TV. God bless Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling in. Now, when we talk about insecurity, it's not a matter where, you know, we just talk about it, you know, in a shallow matter. It is everybody's responsibility. And why is it so? Because it has its own effect on the country. It affects the economy. You know, the citizens no longer have trust in the system. People are scared to go on with their daily lives. We have Shetima on the line. Hello, Shetima. Thank you for calling in this morning.
Good morning, Maimuna. Good morning, Hauwa. Good morning, Trust TV. Good morning, Nigeria. This is Shetima Kudima calling from Bugudu.
Good morning, Shetima.
Morning.
All right, go ahead with your thoughts.
About this issue, we don't know whom to blame. But this is I can call it a trial time by Almighty Allah, and we are praying for Almighty Allah to shower us with remedy. And may Allah forgive the soul of those who have died all this while. The truth of the matter is, we all know if we can cast our mind back to the history of media. In this country, we witnessed a government, a central government, who said that they were relocated to Maiduguri when they get the power. And Almighty Allah give them the power. They said the office of the chief staff, it was relocated to Maiduguri, and that promise was not fulfilled. And it was surprising. You see a bandit, Boko Haram, whatsoever they call themselves. They have been operating, or they have been warming up to organize themselves to launch an attack. And soldiers were seeing them. The answer they will give you is they do not receive signal from Abuja. So we don't know. Which type of signal are you waiting for? And why in Abuja the signal was not given on time? This is the question that we are asking. So you see, there will be gathering. Like the recent attack in Borno, a day before yesterday, they killed a lot of people. And the commander of the army was seeing them gathering. He said he did not receive signal from Abuja. Then why Abuja chiefs are denying signals, or they are delaying signals? So that's the problem that we are facing. How can you, somebody with arms, organizing themselves, assembling themselves, and you are seeing them, and you say you are waiting for signals? So we have to do away with all these signal issues. If you see a bandit or a Boko Haram organizing themselves, you have to launch an attack on them to disband them. You see, that's the problem that we are facing. You see, all these issues of foreign laws and blah blah is the one that worsening the situation. How can you see somebody? He's not a policeman, he's not an army, he's not a security agent, but he's holding a arm. They are assembling themselves, organizing themselves, and you say you do not receive signal. What signal are you waiting for? That's the problem that we are facing. Please, we are asking, central government. They should be giving that signal in time. Whenever the soldiers here on ground send a request for signal, they should give the signal on time. That's the problem that we are taking. You see, it is very worrisome. People are losing their lives. Business of people is going down. Houses were being burned into ashes. People were being displaced in their own country. It's very, very sad. Very, very sad. We have to wake up. This national emergency was overdue. Honestly speaking. But we thank God here in Maiduguri, as Ade was saying, we have civilian JTF. And our governor was fully committed. I have said it down without number in this platform. Zulu was in bush for 8 days. He appointed the government house, all the luxury. He was in the bush, with the soldiers and civilian JTF, launching attacks from camp to camp. This is sacrifice by a governor. So we are hoping and we are praying. All other governors, they will copy from Zulu. And may Allah bring the end of this menace. We are praying for Almighty God to shower mercy on us, to provide, to bring the security of Nigeria that we know before back. Thank you so much and have a nice day.
Thank you, Shatima, for calling in.
For that. So when you look at the case of insecurity in Nigeria, it has devastated a lot. A lot have lost their lives. A lot have been displaced. And aside from that, it affected the economy, the country's economy,
absolutely,
very hard and deeply. So with that in itself, it should be something to look at and make sure that, everything is balanced.
Absolutely.
When it comes to
we have Abasin Kong on the line. Good morning. Thank you for calling in this morning.
Thank you, Trust TV. Thank you, board of the Trust TV and the management and team staffs of Trust TV. I want to sincerely appreciate Trust TV for always giving us an alert on what is constantly happening in our country. I'm Abasin Kong calling from Gombe State.
Good morning, Abasin.
Sincerely speaking, I want to extend my condolence to those that have lost their lives. As a Nigerian, you need to be security conscious. Don't think that the government are protecting lives and property. They have failed. What is security? Security is all precautionary measures taken to protecting life and property. And if that is what security is all about, then we need to talk about security, which has to do with threats from enemies. That is number one. Number two, security also makes us to understand about fear. We talk about security because of fear. We also talk about security because of possible loss and harm. It is very saddening and shocking that in this country, we are facing this problem. Recently, I heard what Ade from London talked about. I said, why can't we call mercenary from Sudan, from South Africa? If our security men have failed, Goodluck Jonathan did it, and he succeeded. An election was carried out in some of those states that had prone areas. We are not getting it right as far as security is concerned. Banditry is on ground. Analyzing on the emerging threats and challenges, there are 5 basic things that we needed to do. I'm not supposed to say all these things on air, but I'm angry. What is the network on ground? If Shetima talked about something now, that when you see people going armed, they are carrying axe, carrying knife, that is going armed. Some of us here, we have basic knowledge about security. But they will not call us. I told Trust TV, I said, Trust TV, come. I will write a memo, a data for you people to give the federal government. I wrote on Facebook, passed it to Buhari. Up to today, they started monitoring my Facebook. I had to throw away that Facebook platform. Why are we not helping ourselves? Why must we allow people to be killing themselves? What is the network on ground? Targets continue to move. What is target? Those people are moving. They have moved from Borno, they are in Niger. They move from Niger, they are in Taraba. They move from Taraba, they are in Sokoto, Katsina. They are moving. The targets are moving and they are killing people. Capacity to respond. What is the capacity on ground to respond when there is attack, insurgence? When there is need that it needs to be that needs to arise. Layers. What are the layers that needs to be put on place? 0 from the federal government. 0 the structures from the state. 0 from the local government. 0 from the chief. 0 from the traditional rulers. 0. Intelligence gathering. What is the intelligence of ground? Our DSS have checked up. They should disband them. What is wrong? We should strike a balance. I'm angry. God bless Nigeria. Kai.
Thank you very much, Abasin Kong, for that, for giving us your thoughts with so much concern and emotion as well. So looking at all of this, and when you talk about the synergy when it comes to, the security agencies, there have been talks that especially the DSS, which is the security service, the ones responsible in, gathering intels when it comes to, security. So reports have said that other security agencies do not take up, those intel and warnings as quickly and as soon as they need to do that, so that they can tackle the issues at hand. But then let's hear.
We have another
from
caller on the line. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Dr. Suleiman Shuaibu. I'm calling you from Kano.
Thank you for calling us this morning. Kindly go ahead.
My take on this topic, whether national emergency is necessary, actually I want to put it this way: it's long overdue. As far as I'm concerned, I don't know what we were waiting for to declare national emergency on security in Nigeria. Is it until everybody is wiped before we declare the emergency? There is no day, unfortunately, in this country that you will not hear a person die because of a security problem. The life of each Nigerian should be taken with utmost seriousness. In other climes, the nation will travel as far as anywhere to save the life of only one citizen. But in Nigeria, numbers will die. Unfortunately, you may find a political gathering, our leaders, elders dancing, when we're supposed to be mourning a national calamity. And as far as I'm concerned also, there is no how we will not blame government of any time. When we say blame the government, we are not referring to the government of the day. Government of the previous time, the government of the present, and God forbid if this thing did not come to an end, even the government in the future. Because our constitution is clear and very unambiguous on the responsibility of government. Number one is the protection of lives and properties. Any government that fails in this one has completely failed. Any government, whether the government of the day, the government of the past, the government that will come even when we are no more, as long as you cannot live up to your responsibility of protecting the lives and the properties of your citizens, that government is a failure completely. I quite agree. Leadership is hierarchical. But we voted all these people into power, and the Constitution saddled them with responsibility of protecting us and our properties. Anybody who is undermining the possibility of achieving this singular and the most important objective, government has every right to deal with that individual. I don't see reason why, if a chief, a traditional ruler, is involved aiding and abetting issue of insecurity, government has responsibility to deal decisively with that individual. If it is the service chiefs, if it is other rank and file that are involved in this, it's still coming back to the government. It's still coming back to the government. You cannot put the lives of few elites or people in position of authorities at different levels. Then you sacrifice the life of the masses. Have you forgotten that you are going to stand before your creator? This life is not permanent, for heaven's sake. What lesson have we not seen in Nigeria? How many presidents have we lost sitting in power? How many presidents have we lost after their tenure? They are going to be accountable before their creator. We are reminding them, for heaven's sake. It is painful that in our country that you are afraid to fly roads. You have relatives in particular parts of the country. Now, whatever happens to them, the highest you can do is just to pick a phone and call them. They will even tell you, please do not call. Are we at war with ourselves internally? Government should live up to responsibility. We know people can be sabotaging, but then we did not vote those people. We voted the people in the power. We are still going to, we are not disrespecting you. With all sense of humility, we are only appealing and advising you. Those people sabotaging are not above the government. When it has to do with the government interest, government know how to bulldoze its way and get things done the right way. While in the case of insecurity, with the lives of the many citizens. And the earlier we stop looking at the insecurity and it doesn't concern me, it's not in my reading. I was even discussing with someone for a few days. I said, this thing started from Maiduguri. Unfortunately, even in the north, we did not pay attention to it. We did not support Maiduguri. Everybody is just feeling like it is not in my state. Gradually, this thing began to. The way it is expanding and enclaving the region, God forbid if nothing is done, it is going to engulf the entire nation. The North Central is beginning to fall. We have other type of insecurity in the south. We have other type of insecurity in the southeast. We have other type of insecurity in the southwest. Why should we not declare anything called insecurity a national emergency? Why? It's sad. We don't have any other country apart from Nigeria. And Nigeria should feel free to travel from Lagos to Parakot. It should feel free to travel from Port Harcourt to Enugu. I should feel free to travel from Enugu to Benue. I should feel free to travel to Kano. I should feel free to travel to Maiduguri. We live in this country where in the past, I drive my car from here to Lagos. At any point my car breaks down, I can just pull down my tier, sleep comfortably. They break, I get a mechanic, fix my car, and start moving. But you can't dare try this one now in this country. We can't. We are appealing to government. Please, even if you say you have the means to fly abroad or whatever, you still have your relatives in this country. Let us have this mindset for heaven's sake. May the Almighty God touch the minds of our leaders. And may He give us the wisdom, we the followers also to do the right thing, so that we rebuild a Nigeria of our dream. We rebuild a Nigeria that our unborn children will be proud of. We travel out, we see what is happening. When we go out there, thank you so much, my sister. May God bless.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Suleiman, for that. All right, I believe we have a couple of WhatsApp messages.
We have a couple of messages. We have a message from Edward Ogumoya. He's sending in his message from Vogin, Edo State. And it says, good morning, Trust TV team. Looking at the reality on the ground, insecurity has become a major threat to Nigerians' unity, economy, and social stability. From banditry and kidnapping in the north to cultism and armed robbery in the south and rising cybercrime in the cities, no region is truly safe. Now, declaring a national security emergency could be necessary, not just as a political statement, but as a rallying call for urgent reforms. Such an emergency would mean prioritizing security spending, restructuring community policing, and empowering vigilante groups with proper training and oversight. However, it must be matched with accountability, otherwise it risks being another government slogan. In truth, security is not just about guns and uniforms, it's about tackling unemployment, reducing poverty, investing in education, and restoring trust in leadership. If these root causes are not addressed, even a declared emergency will only treat symptoms. So yes, a national emergency may be necessary, but it should be holistic, involving government, communities, and citizens alike. Thank you, Edward, for sending in your message from Edo State. And then we have another message from... from...
Nandi Bete. All right.
Go ahead.
On the national security situation, there's no gainsaying the fact since the advent of the Boko Haram insurgency in the northeast to the spread of ISWAP activities in other northern geopolitical zones, insecurity has become a sad feature in our national life. The losses suffered so far in terms of the civil populace and our armed forces and the millions of internally displaced persons are a glaring testimony that Nigeria is at war. And in spite of the resources expended so far, there is no reprieve. It's time to declare a national emergency on insecurity, period. Thank you very much, Nandi Bete, for that and for your take. All right. I believe there's another WhatsApp message, or that is all we have?
Okay,
right,
sorry, we were out of time. We couldn't take all of the WhatsApp messages. But
anyways,
anyways, thank you to everyone who called in to share their thoughts and also send in their WhatsApp messages.